All right, so we're gonna do some knee on belly drills, and the drills, then we're gonna do some application, what some of the moves that we can do using those drills will be. Some of them will be the drill in itself, and then some submissions and even transitions. So starting with the knee on belly, let's turn this way, that way. So let's start with knee on belly, and then we'll back up a little bit. So knee on belly, there's there's more than two ways to do the knee on belly, but there's two general ways. One being us trying to inflict a little bit of pressure and get them to move. It opens them up. And then one more for a ride, meaning you're just trying to control them, keep the knee on belly for a certain amount of time. Of course, they're trying to get out of there, but it's less painful of a way to ride, but I feel like a little bit more control. So the first one, we're looking at her rib cage, riding on the rib cage with the knee right in the sternum. Sometimes it will be a little bit higher, but right there on the line of the ribs, right, the floating ribs. So the knee goes here, right? I need to make sure she doesn't turn sideways and shrimp. So this hand, I need to keep this shoulder pulled up so that she can't scoot it underneath and shrimp away. And this hand, right on the collar or behind the neck. You could be attacking this arm. Those don't matter as much. And then this foot, can you see the camera? This foot, that won't work. This foot, we're going to lift, okay? So she's tapping there, but that foot is gonna lift up in the air. My thigh, straight up and down, okay? I'm not sitting down here. Right now, there's no weight on her. I need to have this thigh straight up and down. So if I was on this side, that's how my thigh looks. This foot in line with the head, scooping up the arm. I got the gi, and then my foot over here lifts off the mat. And she's already tapping from that. I'm not pulling, I'm not driving, but I would be in a real match. So there's potential to tap somebody from the knee on belly. She's tapping already without me trying to put any force. Okay. So let's first practice the knee on belly. Get in that position. Make sure you're comfortable. We got our knee down, thigh is straight, back foot, gonna slide right here. Back foot is up in there. This foot is in line with their head, lifting their arm and pulling on the lapel. So I'm pretty much driving all my weight onto the knee. If you have a dummy, you can practice putting a lot of pressure. Tony?
Hello.
How you doing? You want to practice knee on belly one? Just getting the position. Can't hear you.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Turn this way so you can see my leg. This way, this way. This way, the other way. Head over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on a minute. Hey, Tony?
Yeah. Yeah.
His screen froze. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Your screen froze, so if you said anything at that time, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, I didn't say it.
Oh, no, I'm saying, can you mute your phone?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Wait.
Yeah, because it keeps defaulting to your video.
You should be able to do a spotlight one on a certain, let me do it. So, spotlight video. How's that?
Yeah, that's good. Okay.
It's just hard to see that way.
Turn this way more. This way, like this? Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's here, iPhone. We got a spy. All right, so now we're gonna do from side control. Let's go. Let's go with this. So from side control, we're gonna do a drill, just getting to the knee on belly. So my thumb is gonna go in the collar, behind her neck, right at the tag, and I'm gonna hold the lapel with my 4 fingers, okay? I'm gonna go in normal side control, and then on the other side, I'm gonna hold the belt down by her hip, okay? I can also hold that on this side, but since my knee's here, I'm gonna go on this side. What we're gonna do is just do a push-up with our hands. Once we do the push-up, I'm gonna move my knees to the knee on belly position, okay? Over there, and then back down. From the other side,
The collar of the belt.
my thumb is in the collar. My other hand is holding the belt. I have my knuckles on the mat, so it's like I'm doing a knuckle push-up. So we're here, side control. My knees under the shoulder, in the hip. I do my knuckle push-up. Knee on belly. My foot goes in line with the head, and my other knee on the ribs. And if I was going to go to side knee on belly, I would go there. But we're just doing a drill, so we're just doing that back and forth, over and over. You don't have to do the complete position, but you could, as an advanced part of the drill, go to the actual knee on belly position after you do the push-ups. And you got to step in line with the head. Yeah, you want both of those happening at the same time. Come on. The knee and the foot. So you do your push-up, then knee on belly, and the other foot in line with the head. The other foot should be, yes.
I like it, Mr. Arsenio. That looks very nice.
Good.
The belt, there you go. And a knee up.
So thumb in the collar, you're holding the belt. You do like a push-up with your arms, and then you pop your knee to the belly and the other foot in line with his head.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a little more forward. There you go. Can't hear you, but let's see. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then more straight posture, more straight
Yeah.
posture.
So this is just a drill to learn how to pop up to that position. And then if you wanted to actually get the position, your hand's going to go from the collar to the sleeve, and then the hip to the lapel.
Okay.
And then that's when you would posture and your thigh would be straight.
From here.
Yes.
This would switch.
Right.
Yeah. Let's move it this way.
Yeah. Stacy, yeah.
Don't have too much room.
It's okay.
You have a lot of space there.
The other side. The other side.
You said Chihuahua, Arsenio.
Yeah.
Said Chihuahua.
She's here.
All right.
So,
1, That's good.
This side will be the opposite.
Maybe la cola.
All right, guys. So now another drill. Head that way. So now getting to the knee on belly from the open guard. So their feet are going to be up by your hips. And you can practice this if your dummy does not have legs, you can still practice it. Just shadow the hand movements. So the hands go on the same ankles as the I'm going to pick a side. I'm going to pass the leg to that side. I'm careful not to reach past my center line, so I don't want to throw the leg way over here. If I can help it, I just throw about halfway. Then the opposite hand blocks the knee, okay? So I pass the foot, hand blocks the knee. My foot that I block the knee with, I'm going to do a half circle because I'm aware of that foot potentially getting a butterfly hook. So I do a half circle, getting it out of the way to my knee on belly, okay? Once I get the knee on the belly, this foot comes up, reach for the sleeve and the cup. So we go here. I like to step out as I move that foot and block the knee, okay? So my hands never crossed. They're working in my center. 1, 2, half circle with the foot, right to the shin where it goes, sleeve and lapel. And when we go back, we do the other side. 1, 2, half circle, sleeve, lapel. Go back. Let's try that.
Yes. Watch out, Fancy. Watch out, Fancy.
Mira, Chihuahua estaba llorando.
So, over here.
Much
A lot harder.
Good.
Good.
Be very specific where you put your hands. So if you're going on that side, your right hand is going to block his knee so he can't replace guard. Yes, that blocks the knee, right?
No.
Because he wants to get your knee in the way, or his knee in the way. You want to block it so you can step around. Uh-huh. Good.
Yep, that's good. Alex, what happened to your knee?
Good, Alex.
Okay, so going here.
Right.
Alex, don't be nice to the dummy.
Yeah, squish it, man. If it was me, he would be putting the knee on my back.
No, he's always super nice.
Don't be nice, man. Kill him. Yep.
Hey, Coach, which grip do you go for first?
Sleeve.
You go for try to get the sleeve first?
Yeah, it looks like the same time, but the sleeve is more important because he's going, when they shrimp, that you're going to lose everything if they shrimp away. So by grabbing the sleeve, you keep them shrimping and turning on their side.
So, here.
See where I'm at? Look this way, a little bit more. More. Yeah, and then bring it down. Then bring the knee down. Right. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like he can do anything, but if he takes his right leg, and so if she's dragging, go slow. Go this way. So if she's dragging, I can go ahead. Go ahead and try to pass. See that foot hooking her knee? So go ahead and try to pass so he can see. And that keeps me in front of her. Like it keeps her from passing. So what she needs to do when she does it, she does a half circle. So when I go, so when I try to hook, it's not there, right? See, Your footwork will look like this.
Like a C-stand.
So that way that butterfly hook never catches your leg.
I'll run like this.
Yeah, and then you go knee on belly. People got some tricky legs in jiu-jitsu and they'll catch you if you're not always doing the right thing. Yep, and then go to the knee on belly from there.
Because you don't want me to catch that.
Yeah, but so now you're doing your footwork right, but don't forget about how you're using your hands on the leg. You gotta operate everything at the same time.
Okay. So wait, when I'm in the belly, this hand here, right?
No,
Right?
this hand lapel.
Uh-huh.
No, this hand lapel.
Okay.
And this hand here. No, no, back here, underneath.
And put your knee right on them, and then lift a little. Yep.
Yeah, and then you lift at the same time, lift both.
Yeah. Good. And then knee on belly. Put the weight down. And lift.
Here. Here. Opposite here. Right.
Yeah. As a basis, we'll go with the opposite collar. If we're immediately attacking something, we might change our grip. But just as the point of reference, we'll go opposite collar.
This across this way. This
You ready?
way. Right.
All right. So that's leg drag drill, basically, or a knee on belly drill. It's more or less a knee on belly drill. Leg drag can refer to a different one. So I like to call that one a knee on belly drill, but it gets confused with these other knee on belly drills. So these are knee on belly drills for switching sides. So so now for the knee on, the other knee on belly was shin right across like the hips. So it's under the belt. Put your hands away. The belt's right here. My shin is like below the belt. It's across her hips. And I'll do this if I want control when I go knee on belly. It's a lot less painful for her, so she doesn't tap or anything. It's more just to ride better. So if she's shrimping or moving, it's a lot easier to try. It's a lot easier for me to stay on here when my shin's all the way across, right? Even without hands, I can stay on better. But if I'm pinpointing that knee and adding a lot of pressure, and she starts to shrimp, it's a lot harder to keep that knee on belly. So that's just another way to do the knee on belly.
Yeah, very hard.
For this drill, we're gonna go either knee on belly is fine. We're gonna put our hands on the shoulders, okay? And this is just so we have balance and they're not suffering through the whole thing. So I put my hands on her shoulders. I'm gonna put both knees on her. My feet are going to go like this to the other side. I bring them up close to my butt and then down because I don't want her legs to get in the way. So we go here, both knees, windshield wipe, and then I step out. We can go back to this each time. If you're trying to get a lot of reps, you don't have to.
Thank you, Alex.
All right, let's try that. Alex.
I want you to notice who mentioned knee on belly first. Explain what's going
I was thinking about you the whole month.
on. No.
You're being in my thoughts. Alex.
So
That is a lot of love.
I think this way better. All right. So both knees. Come on. Here.
So now you try to put both knees down at the same time. Windshield wipe the feet. And then you step off. Now you're in the other side. Yep.
Actually, that's good for the belly.
Oh, it's a good workout for the other bottom person too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dropping that one out.
Say it again.
You put very light.
Turn this way. So I'm across this part, right?
Yeah, you gotta twist your feet together and switch to the other side.
And then step out into a knee on belly on the other side.
Like
Yep.
wipe your shoe.
Yeah.
Wipe your shoe your feet.
Yep.
Don't just put your hands on my shoulder, right?
And then I want to be up here, right?
Both at the same time.
Good. All right, and then the last drill is going to be switching the sides again.
Yeah.
It's not even going.
Or look, the bag.
We're going to be switching sides, but stepping over the head variation. So we have the knee on the belly, right? And keep in mind these hands are doing different things. So we got to take a big step. What we're going to do is take a big step over the head. So I step over the head. The goal is to try to put my knees together. I'm not super flexible, especially in that type of inward motion. So I can't actually get both knees on at the same time. If you can, that's what you want to do. But switch knees, and then I step out, okay? If you need balance, I can put my hand behind. So I put my hand behind on the knee, I step over, switch hands, and switch knees, and then I step out. Re-grip, so you get used to those grips. Hand back, step over, switch knees and hands, step out, get your grips. Good.
He could have caught my leg there.
Step over.
So,
Step over, switch knees and hands.
You went over my head.
that wouldn't work. So here,
You got it, Arsenio?
When do you? No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
When-
I couldn't see you, so I didn't know.
Yeah. When do you let go? Because I'm watching Juan now.
Okay.
When do you let go of your grips? I'm sorry. That's one of the things
you
that
can
you
do it
said pay
ahead of
attention
time. You can do it ahead of time. So
Just as a drill. Just to,
right? We're really worried about our footwork because the hands, the legs, those are going to be in different spots. Eventually, you want to be able to do it, without the hands if need be, because you don't necessarily have the grips. So I'm here. I can let go and reach for the knee. I step over, right? I'm going to switch hands and switch knees and step out. And then I get my grips again.
Yeah, you just went over the top of my head with me.
let me see if you're doing it again.
Hey, Coach.
so here.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it's very difficult. This is very difficult to do on a dummy that's very squishy.
Yeah. There you
Well,
go.
because your knee sinks.
Yeah.
Like it's stuck. I can't even windshield wipe up.
That's actually good, Arsenio, because he doesn't have knees for you to hold on to. So that was
Right.
actually pretty good. Yeah.
So that's so just step over,
Yep.
switch,
And step
and
out.
come back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to do on something squishy because you can't spin.
Right.
It all gets all squished up and smashed up. Yes, Juan?
But that's the idea.
Yes.
Tape it, Alex.
Step over.
Tape that belly. No, for real, tape it.
Go ahead.
Make it stronger.
So you just put your hand on my knee.
Yeah.
Take a bigger step.
Yeah, see?
Yes. There you go. Yep.
Very nice. That was perfect, Alex.
Good. Good one. Good one.
That's it. Spin. Good.
Yeah, we can use the
We gotta use the dummy for this.
Yeah, that's fine.
For the punching bag.
That's fine.
Hey, you know what? You can put some old magazines that you don't use in the belly and tape it. Make the belly like strong like abs.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna start doing some techniques using those drills.
She's gonna kill me now, guys.
So I see Alex doing this one already, so let's do this. This is the baseball bat choke. So starting with the knee on belly pass. What? Okay. Starting with the knee on belly pass, we're gonna get our knee on belly. The reason we do this is because there's an instant reaction that they're usually gonna have, which is to post their hand on your knee and shrink. And so if you can assume that that's coming, you can either stop them from doing their move, or you can transition into your submissions. So I'm gonna go into my passing drill, right? I get to the knee and her hand just posted and she's about to shrimp. That's why getting this sleeve immediately is pretty important, because that's gonna slow down her shrimp. I'm not worried about this hand right now. What I am gonna do is, instead of grabbing the lapel, I'm gonna go underhand. The same lapel I was grabbing, I'm gonna go in the collar, all the way straight down to the mat, like I'm punching the mat, okay? Now, the other thumb can go in the other side. So I'm like this. So baseball bat, right? So I go 4 fingers in, and then thumb. Now, what I'm gonna do is this arm is gonna be in our way. So we're gonna do a knee slice pass over that bicep. So I shoot my knee through, and now I'm gonna spin my other knee to the other side of her ear. Okay? So that created an X. Spin around. So we got here, 4 fingers, thumb in, knee slice over the bicep, and then knee on the other side of her ear. So here, my hands did not let go. I'm slightly pinching her ears with my knees, and now I'm gonna put my ear way past the belt. Like, I try to get it to the pants. So I lay down. So the whole time I do this, my arms are straight. I'm not trying to choke her yet. I just go straight here. Once I get my ear to the belt, now I pull my elbows past my ribs, keeping my grips, and I get the choke. So I'm going here. Here. I'm not trying to choke like that. I'm just pulling her, essentially pulling her off the mat if I could. The reason we lay our head forward, I need to make sure my forearm and wrist goes under her jaw. If I start it right here, I have jaw every single time. Jaw every single time. If I lean forward, I get the slant going across her shoulders, and I'm gonna get under the jaw, okay? So, like pass, on belly, underhand. Lift the sleeve right away. Make a good habit of that. Because if our thumb doesn't go in the collar and they push the knee and shrimp, then we lose it. But if I can stop her for a second, now I can get my grip easier. Knee slice over the bicep, spin, head to the belly, and pull. Let's try that. Good.
You see that, Tony? We miss you here, guys.
Yeah.
That's a good choke.
All right.
Your nails are long.
No, I cut them. They're not long.
Back this way. And then, how do you transition again?
Okay, so
Once you have your
you got
your
your 4
hand,
fingers in and the thumb. So
And
now
the
your
thumb,
right
right.
knee is going to slide over the arm to the ear. So knee slice.
so the knee that was on the belly,
Yep.
Wait, say it again.
the knee that was on the belly
Yes,
is the one that'll come across and
to
slice.
the ear. Yep. And then the other left one goes all the way to the other ear. Good.
Spin around.
Yep. Now you lay on them. Good. And pull. There you go. He must have kicked the thing. Do that again, one.
he's tackling him.
Once you get it, you need to get it underneath.
Yeah, when I got underneath the chin, he attacked right away.
Yeah, did you feel it on the jaw or your neck?
Let me see.
Well, at first he got it on my chin, but then when you get it underneath, I felt it on my
Right. So Juan, when you do it, don't pull until all your weight is laying on him. Once your weight is laying on him, then pull. I saw you, Arsenio. That was good. And then you pull. Hold on. And then at the end, you got cut off right before you went to do the choke part.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just went off, I
I
guess.
think you kicked it or something. I don't know. I couldn't tell. But so when you pull it, obviously he can't tap. But you're
Right,
gonna-
exactly. You can't.
As long as you're pulling properly, sliding your elbows past your rib cage, you should feel all the material tighten up on the dummy, where you can't really
So,
tighter.
all right. So my question, like I said, we got the arm. Hold on. Let's see. I don't know how much you could see.
Yeah, I can see everything.
Step out, pass,
Yep.
sleeve.
Four
So
fingers.
here, under, right?
Yeah.
And then we're holding
So
on to
now
this.
you go
and
thumb in. So now
we
left hand
slice.
drop.
Oh,
Go ahead and
so
drop
let
the
go
arm.
of that.
Yep, thumb in. Good. That's why we knee slice over the arm, because their arm is going to be doing stuff.
It's going to be in the way. So
Yep.
then
Spin,
switch.
Knee slice.
belly down. Good. And then pull. Yes. That'll work.
Okay. Yeah.
No, you're not right.
Okay.
No, you're straight. You're straight.
Yeah.
Now go deeper here. Right there. Now, you're gonna cross when you go over.
Right. So I'm gonna pass the knee over.
Now. No, you don't have.
No?
You're not deep enough.
Okay.
You're not deep enough from the start. You have to be deeper in the two.
So I'm gonna go this way, right?
Deeper here.
Right.
Baseball. Right there. Right here.
Alex, try pinching the head with your knees
So,
so you control their head.
like this. I'm grabbing it, right?
Look.
Going like that.
Baseball. Grip.
Right. That makes sense.
That's why they call it a baseball choke.
Yeah, so just squeeze that and then lay down.
Right.
See how deep you are already?
Right.
Right. So knee slice.
Yep. Because to get out of a baseball bat choke, I need to put myself back in side control and be sideways, right? And if I can't get my head out, I won't be able to do that. But if I can get my head out, then I can. So if we're not squeezing the head, we're giving them a chance to escape. Juan's froze again. Juan, can you hear me? No, guess not. Oh, I can. You guys got that one?
I think so.
Okay, your screen freezes sometimes, so it's hard to tell where you're at. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is using the spinning around the head off the same reaction, okay? So this is kind of one that you wanna drill both, but you're gonna have one that you like more than the other, and that's probably what you'll wanna go for, right? Because they're both based on the same circumstance. So I do the leg pass, knee on belly, sheep post. But my reaction now is instead of 4 fingers in the collar, I'm going through underhand, just like I would the choke, underhand under the tricep. Now, this one, you notice I didn't pull her arm up. I actually want her to shrimp on this one, right? So now that she turns sideways, it's very easy for me to step over, right? Pivot my knees. I can grab her. Remember we posted on the knee for balance? I can grab her pant leg, and then I'm not gonna lay back. I'm gonna sit under her shoulder, grab my own collar if it's gi, and lay back. Move a little further away.
And you
So-
keep your foot.
Leg drag pass to the knee on belly, right? Instead of 4 fingers in the collar, I'm going in this little triangle space in like right by the bicep, right? And I pull that towards me as she's shrimping. So I pull her all the way sideways. I want her sideways. So I don't lift the arm on this one. I step over, reach for the pant as I pivot my knee. I'm gonna sit, grab my own lapel. So my elbow's job is to pinch her wrist, and I lay back. Huh? The other side? All right, one more. Let's try that.
I'll grab his hand, just leave, let's do it.
Yeah, give it a shot. It's gonna look weird with this. I feel weird with this dummy.
Okay.
Ponle más toallas para que se ponga gordo. More towels.
Here.
So it can be stronger.
Here.
Yeah, but you didn't even grab it.
Step over. Hand.
You do it.
I can get all the way to the part where I need to sit. I don't have any more room.
Yeah. All right.
Grab.
Underhand under the bicep and pull it towards you. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not gonna.
No, he's not yet, because he's not putting up resistance right now. We're just-
I'm
Kill
not
him!
kidding.
Kill him!
I'm not fighting.
No, just kidding. Step over.
Okay.
Good.
See? Yeah, perfect.
Good. Nice.
That's the counter for him to push the knee off. He lifts himself up and gives me the arm.
Right. Now remember, you're going slow. So notice Rita shrimped one time because that's the one-in-one moments, right? Some martial arts show a move and they're like doing 5, 6, 7 things and the guy only threw a punch, right? So the moment that he shrimps is the moment that you're reaching for the tricep or bicep, I should say, pulling it towards you. And then the rest, you're stepping over and knee on belly. He's actually going to start shrimping the other way, facing you. It's really important to sit under his shoulder at that time, or else you're going to have too much space to get the arm bar.
You're going to scoop
This way, right?
Left hand, underhand.
Under.
Other way.
Not over, under, yep.
There you go. Now you step over, right against his back. Put your foot right against the back.
No, keep your foot in the head.
Hold on, not too many instructions at once.
I'm going to go here.
Right.
So left hand, underhand. Step over, close to his back. Even closer. Yep. Grab his knee. You can hold the pants if you want. And you're going to pivot a little and sit.
Wait,
Don't take the foot off. Just leave it over. Yep. It's going to lay across his head. You're going to sit straight down. Good. And you would hip up. Yeah.
Because I pulls it more.
Now on arm bars, it's really important to keep your leg over the head because his escape is going to be to sit up into you. It's one of the escapes. And if your leg's not on there, that's what he's going to try to do. And then sitting close to the shoulder is important. So he can't face you, or else if he can face you, he's going to be able to pull his elbow out of the arm bar.
So we're here.
All the way to the more.
Good. Hold the pants. Sit.
See, I just go away.
And we'll go over details of the arm bar another time, I'm sure.
No, you won't got him. Right.
Right.
Good. Squeeze your knees together, pinching his arm.
Yes.
You can sit. Stay really close. Yeah.
You gotta stay close, right up against him.
Yeah. Think like you're trying to sit under his armpit, right? Under his shoulder. Because when you spin and you sit, if you lay back, there's going to be a big gap, and that's where they pull the elbow out. Let's talk about the other drill where we go back and forth from side to side. It's nothing too exciting, but it is important to know what you can use it for. So remember, in jiu-jitsu, we got to have control for 3 seconds. And so when I'm passing here and I go knee on belly, let's say I missed these 2 targets and she bumped, turned on her side, right? And I'm going to lose this if I don't stay on for 3 seconds. So once I get here and let's go ahead and turn sideways, and I feel like I'm losing, if I switch sides, now she has to turn and face me again, right? And start to shrimp again. The time that it takes her to do that is going to be beyond 3 seconds. So here, boom, I go here, switch, boom, switch, right? And I'm here on top, right? Riding this knee on belly. It's also making her very tired. I can still go over, right, boom, and I can keep switching on her. It's really frustrating and tiring for the bottom person. So just to be aware that you can go side to side, over, back and forth. And you see the same thing when people are in turtle too. Maybe you don't like the side you're on. If you don't like the side of knee on belly you're on, you can switch sides. There's a bunch of uses for it. Knee on belly, what else can we do?
Hey, coach.
Yeah.
Your hands during those transitions.
On them, unless they're not
don't...
stable. If they're not stable, I might touch the mat for a second. Right?
Okay, but most times it'll be on.
I need a stable spot to put my hand. Right? So I was taught all these drills, like using their knees or their shoulders, because those don't move too much. But if they're not there, eventually you want to be able to do these drills without holding on to something. Right?
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Back and forth and around them without needing your hands. Because ideally, we're going to use our hands to attack. Right? Let's start out with hands on the shoulders for going across the body and hands on the knees for standing over the head.
Coach?
Knee on belly. So we have our basics from knee on belly too. So ones that are not exclusive, like knee on belly, I can still do my cross collar, right? I can still pull this up, step over, and do the arm bar, right? I can still come in here and get a reverse arm bar. Okay? I can set up my Kimura. We have all our basics too. Reverse arm bar, regular arm bar, collar choke. Bravo, yeah. You do a lapel choke.
Is there a Darce in there?
Darce, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. When they're shrimping and trying to turn on their side, right? So let's say.
Sorry, Rita.
No, that's fine. For me. I remember, so I know where I'm going to Here.
And sliding it. Okay. All right. So let's say I got here and she bumped and shrimped hard and I missed. I didn't get to switch sides, nothing.
It's right here.
Now it's right here. This hand. So first I like to pull their head close. This hand's going to shoot under her arm and out the neck. Slide my bicep to the hand. Walk up. She's already tapping. And then I get my squeeze and then she's going to tap.
Yeah.
So I would do it, Darce, after she's like got my knee off the belly. So we're here. Pass, and she gets the knee off, right? So now I bring the head in. This hand shoots through. you have a partner, don't punch him, right? Make sure the arm's in the right spot. Bicep to the hand, guys. I'm not gonna be able to reach my bicep. I'm gonna mess it up. Shoot my bicep to the hand. Walk up and then squeeze after I get to the armpit. Bravo choke, if the lapel's out, right? If the lapel's not out and you're trying to get a faster submission, I wouldn't go for the Bravo, I would go for the Dars. If the lapel's out, then you can throw the lapel through pretty easily and get that.
And if you're doing baseball bat choke, Noogie, what grip are you looking for?
Baseball bat choke, Noogie. So my wrists are not very flexible. So 3-finger grip should work. I kind of intermingle them like that. It's not such a good grip, but it allows me to get my elbows to touch. A 3-finger grip is like a gable grip, but with your thumb between the middle and the pointer finger. For most people, see my elbows don't touch? For most people, you'll be able to get your elbow to touch. So baseball bat choke, let's go back. With the gi, let me show you something real quick. So knee on belly. I go 4 fingers in and thumb in, right? Now, on this one, she pushes my knee and shrimps before I got to knee slice. So what I'm gonna do, let's move it. I'm gonna bring my elbow in a scissoring motion past my own elbow as I sit through as if I had Kesigatami.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I'm gonna do my Noogie baseball bat, because I can't go north-south, okay? So, okay. So when I shoot under, I'm gonna get my 3-finger grip. All right, I'm so used to doing this intermingled one. I'm gonna get my 3-finger grip, okay? Gable grip, right, gable grip. Thumbs not involved, 3-finger. And that's a drill you can practice. So, gable grip, right? 3-finger, all I do is move my thumb. There. So I can go gable, 3-finger. That little movement is gonna allow your elbow down to your other elbow much easier. See, this one doesn't move a lot. This is the one that's working, okay? So I go in here, ignore my grip, you're getting the 3-finger. She pushed my knee. Now my elbow's going to the mat and I'm sitting through. That's the choke.
That's your right elbow going to the mat.
Right,
correct?
my left stays pretty much how it is. My right is scissoring under my arm. It's actually sliding down my arm and under her jawline, like I want it to go to the mat.
Right.
You don't want to be square one. You want to sit through, like you're doing a sit out or Kesigatami.
Sideways.
You're going to be sitting on your right hip. Yeah. But the power, you saw the choke. That's going to create the power for the choke. You don't really need a lot of power, but it creates a lot of power for that choke. She's going to be trying to block the elbow and keep them from coming together. So your hip dropping forces that down. Her hand's not going to be strong enough to stop it.
Now cycle. Eh? Yep.
So you can't really get north-south unless you're going to neck crank them. So you stay on the side of them.
But you're trying to shoot out, you're trying to get out, right?
Side.
When you're trying to get out, that's when you get it, right? Yeah.
Yep. Pull, you said you're trying to pull his your forearm in the neck.
You're trying to
bring your arms together.
Yeah, sit through. There you go.
Side of your forearm's gonna go straight to the neck.
Yeah. Yeah. You got it.
Putting the hip, right?
Yeah, dropping your hip to the mat. It's like you're sitting like this.
Right.
Yep. And then the only difference is my hands.
Right.
I'm just scissoring.
Did we go over, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Did we go over from the knee on belly to the Darth choke that you did if they tried to shrimp out? Because you did that real quick, and I wanted to just review that real quick.
Yeah, no problem. So,
Like here.
okay. So I passed knee on belly, right? Darce. So I haven't got my grips or anything yet, and she, no, attack that. Shrimp. She pushed my knee and shrimps, right? So this hand is gonna go under the armpit and under the neck, okay? I wanna bring her head close when I do that. So I'm bringing her head close as I shoot that through. Now, without losing this push on the head, I slide my hand down. So it's like there's always contact with the back of her head all the way down because I need to keep it close. So I bring it close, shoot my hand. Now I slide my bicep to the hand and hold at least your bicep, if not further. This hand, left hand, crawls up to the armpit. Once it gets to the armpit, she's already tapping, but once it gets to the armpit, now I squeeze my elbows together. And that will get the choke. Right. Yep. Shoot the hand through. Slide your bicep to the hand. Now walk your left fingers all the way up to his top armpit.
There you go.
His screen froze.
For your bicep. There.
Once you, I didn't see the last part, but once you walk your left fingers all the way up to the the armpit, then you squeeze your elbows together and kind of towards your chest. And that should have.
Can you see okay there?
Yeah, it's just that your screen froze at the end.
Okay, so he's here.
Good. He
He's
tapped.
tapping.
Yeah, he tapped. So let me point this out because you got it, but when the guy's struggling, you might have a little more trouble. You had trouble reaching all the way. So go.
I have short arms.
Same position. Yeah, I'm going to show you what you got to do. Same position.
That's why I didn't do well in boxing.
So what I need to do is put my shoulder under her armpit so my hand could reach farther out underneath her. There's a lot of distance this arm has to cover. And actually, the farther that it goes, the better. If I'm just holding my bicep, I probably haven't shot this through far enough. And some people have trouble even reaching their bicep. And the Darce, for me, this was the one thing that I wasn't getting right in the beginning. And I actually abandoned the move for a long time because I didn't think, I couldn't get anybody. And nobody was even coming close to getting me. And then someone actually had a pretty tight Darce once that I got out of. And I was like, man, that thing works. Let me find out what I'm doing wrong because I can't get anybody like that. So what I learned from watching many, many, many DVDs to find out what I found it in one spot. Someone mentioned this and it made the difference. So what you have to do is shoot this shoulder under the armpit. So look how, see how much of my hand comes out? Where if I don't do that, see how much of my hand comes out? I can see my whole palm, none of my forearm. Now, if I dip my shoulder under, now I see my rash guard, a little bit of my gi, right? And I haven't even pulled her head in close yet. right? So I pull in her head close. I shoot my shoulder under. Now look. Now I'm not even gonna hold my bicep. I'm not even gonna hold my bicep because that would be making it looser. If I can shoot this deeper, now that hole in there is smaller than if I held here. It's a big space for her, right? I wanna be here where it's tighter already. So you dip your shoulder under the armpit.
It's very tight.
It's funny. One night it was Jen, Ted, Adam, and like a couple other people, all higher belts, all blues and purples.
I don't like this story. I don't like this story. Let's
Jen was the only white belt.
I was not there.
You were not there? Jen was the only white belt. And they're all trying to figure out how to do the darce. And they're like practicing different things and they can't get each other to tap. And then Jen goes, "Can I try?" And Jen, I forget who she did it on. I think Adam.
Adam.
He just tapped like crazy. They're like, "What?" And then so like, "Oh, do it on me, do it on me." And same thing on all of them.
She almost put Adam out.
Everyone's like, what are you doing? And she's like, "I'm not doing anything, just what Brian taught me, you know." I'm pretty sure this is the one thing that they weren't doing.
The shoulder.
Dipping the shoulder under, so your arm goes deeper, and then you wrap around the forearm. And I got that last little piece of not grabbing the bicep, but actually going further from Kyle Terra, a seminar I went to.
That hand on this shoulder. Move higher, move up there. Right there.
Yeah. See how far your arm can go?
And push his neck inside.
Look at Alex right there. Good. So then wrap your left arm around your forearm instead of your hand. Since you went so deep. No, still around it, but instead of the hand, go down here. And like this continues to shoot that way while this crawls up. Because you want your underarm to be right against the back of their head, right? So holding your bicep gives them a lot of space, right? Instead, wrap it around your forearm. That way your underarm can still be against the back of the head. Yes. And then you don't even need to wrap. Like you're cupping your arm, just keep reaching for the wall with that hand. Yeah. Right? Because that's part of the choke.
He's not tapping.
That right arm's part of the choke, right? It's pushing the shoulder. So if we're static with it, holding our own arm, now we got to use more muscle. But if we're reaching towards the wall, even just gently, we're pushing the shoulder better.
I was making a mistake where I was pulling on their head too much to try to shoot my arm through. And what I found was happening was it was actually blocking.
Right.
Like they're ending up like this. I mean,
yeah, the jaw's dropping down. That's
yeah. So it was worthless.
That's a good point. Darts.
If it's applied right, you should feel it long before you even squeeze.
Yeah. Yeah, she's been tapping today pretty much before I've finished every single submission.
Nice, that's still hard.
So yeah, it's tight. Because think of this, if you want to break an arm, should you be at 100% effort when it finally breaks? Or should you be at like 20, 30, 40, somewhere around there, right?
The minimal of possible, at least.
I feel like the move should be so tight and so technically correct that it takes very little effort to actually finish it, right? And so if I can get the person, let's say in a triangle, I can get my triangle so tight that I barely have to squeeze to get the finish. That's a good triangle, right? But if I had all my effort, then put it this way, if I have somebody trying to armbar me and they've already hipped up like 90, 95%, I'm not gonna tap, because how long can they go 95% trying to armbar me, right? It wasn't tight enough in the beginning, and so they're not gonna actually break me. It might hurt, right? They're going 100, almost 100% on the arm, but it's not tight enough to tap me yet. They can't go above 100. So you need to have the move locked into a point where at 30, 40%, it's super dangerous. And then they know that you could go more. And then, so they're gonna tap because of that, right? I talk about when you lock in a submission, go slow and steady, like continuous pressure, because they're gonna feel at 10, 15, and then 30% that it's locked in and it's darn tight. But you're still applying more and more pressure. And this can work in a tournament, it can work in the gym, but you're going continuous pressure, right? You're adding another percent here, another percent, another percent, another percent, until finally they tap. Because they realize, like, okay, it's already tight, it's already starting to hurt, and he's not stopping. I better tap. Same thing with a choke, right? Now, if you're applying these submissions super fast, and like I get a, let's say a Kimura, and I rip the Kimura, they're gonna maybe tap out of fear, but what if they don't? Now you've gone 100% and they haven't had to tap yet, they realize you don't have it. So I want a Kimura so tight that at 15%, 30% effort, they feel it and I'm still going, right? So I'm going slow and steady on all my submissions. What I'm more worried about, if I'm gonna do anything quicker, is the setup, right? I'm gonna set it up fast, I'm gonna get in there, and now it's technically correct, so they're feeling that they should be tapping at maybe 40%, 50% effort, right? And then they know I got probably twice that. So of course they're gonna tap. Yeah, I don't want this broken, you know, so they tap. The other hand of that, I'm gonna be super tired. When 100%, he's slipped out. I lose a little bit of confidence because he's getting out of all my moves, and now I'm tired, right? Now he's gonna have a chance to do something to me. So I wanna lock in position, have a lot of control, advance each piece of the move technically, piece by piece. As long as you're doing that, you shouldn't get put backwards, because you're blocking, you're advancing, you're progressing, and you're preventing them from reversing that progression, whatever that would be called.
Going backwards.
Going backwards. I want to show the Bravo choke real quick, just because it's similar to the Darce. I don't know if we did it already last week, but I'll show it again, just to show the similarities. That way they're on the same video. So he's out, lapel's out, right? I pass to the knee on belly, boom, and she shrimps. I have the lapel here.
You want to
Okay.
go my way?
No.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach under, and I'm gonna pass the lapel to my other hand. I'm gonna bring her in close. Be careful not to let this arm loose. I wanna keep my chest over it. Now, just like shooting my arm under for the Darce, I'm gonna do the same thing. Her hair's in the way. I'm gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna put the lapel in my hand. Do you see how I did that? I don't reach for the lapel. I'm bringing the lapel to my hand. So it's super, super tight, and your hair got in there again. Take your hair. So I pass this to my hand, okay? Now, pull that tight. Look for the 4 fingers and the same piece of lapel that I dragged. Now I bring my elbow down to my chest, right? Actually, kind of like the baseball bat choke, where we go elbow to elbow. If I have to lift the head, I lift the head and get under the jaw more. This is more like an anchor. You'll see this on a lot of chokes. This one really doesn't move too much. I'm not chopping down with this one. I'm just getting under the jawline. After that, this hand is pulling up like that.
It cuts my skin.
Well, that's exactly the motion. The way I was taught was it's like you're cutting the throat. It's like I'm cutting her throat.
Yeah, it does.
So this comes close and under, And then this one just slices.
So if you
Like
get,
a lawnmower, starting a lawnmower.
Coach, if you take the hand out, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna get it anyways.
Right. But if I can keep your hand in there, it's
Blocking.
things for you to defend with.
Okay.
I can, she asked about if the hand gets out. I can still do it.
Yeah, I know. Why would you?
So I passed, she pushed the knee off. I get on top and I pass the lapel to my other hand. It's really important that this goes in the highest point of her arm, of her lat, right where the lat meets the arm, right high up in the armpit. See how her hand's up? If I'm down here, see, she doesn't have to keep her hand up. She can put it down easy. So it goes way up here, but not too high. I don't want to be up on the arm, right? That's moving her arm, but that's not the point of this. The point of this is how much material I have. I want to lock it right there. So I get a lot of material so I can reach it easy in the first try, right? Now if I go under, she said, what if I get my hand out? See, she got away a little bit. She got flat and she could roll away. If she keeps her rolling,
Baseball bat.
right? So I do have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
What I can do is this. So I pass it, I reach under, but the arm's getting out. I put my, I put my forearm in the chest. So right into her sternum. I'm like doing this.
Like pin me,
I'm
guys.
going here, making a muscle.
Yeah, he pinned me.
So this kind of curls her body a little bit, brings her head towards me, and it makes her not want to go flat.
No.
I grab the piece, go under, get the jawline, and choke.
I don't like it.
So let's practice the Bravo. Bravo, B-R-A-B-O.
It hurts right here.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I felt like I was gonna
If you don't
cry.
have an underhook, that's what you should be doing.
Frame, that's hard. Watch, guys, man. I'm learning a lot.
Not like that, like this.
And when he's down like this,
Pressing into them. Well, sidekick, what?
like this, you just,
Self-defense against someone sitting down on the floor. Yeah, you gotta, so you're, Alex, you're contouring your wrist to their neck. And that's gonna hurt your wrist when you try to choke them. What you wanna do is keep your wrist strong before it gets to their neck, and then keep it strong while it's pressing into their neck.
no. Wanna be here.
He's getting. Now he tries to flatten.
So you want him sideways on this one, Juan. Let him turn sideways. Pass the gi to your left hand from under his neck. Now your right hand goes under the neck and grabs again. Now the left hand comes over top, grabs the same piece you were passing. Get it under his jaw. And now mostly pull the right arm upward. Yep.
Okay, this
Right, it's really
rope
tight.
right here.
Yeah.
It's just an anchor, so you just need to hold on to it. That way when you pull with your right hand, it's keeping it tight on his neck. You don't have to do both, just the one.
Right, if I don't get my elbow away from him and he sits on my elbow, I can't roll out of it.
Right, correct. That's the first way we showed. And then Rita asked about if she got the arm out.
And he pinned me with his.
That's
forearm.
when I pin with the forearm, so she can't get anywhere. Reach over the neck, get that same piece I
Almost broke
wanted,
my sternum.
and choke. At least it wasn't your larynx.
What is that?
Right, Alex?
No English.
Alex knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm still here because I don't have to work tonight, guys.
Get a little bit of a break.
No, I'm not working tonight. I'm working tomorrow.
Yeah,
though.
she's got a break.
No, I did not.
So-
Brian.
You got a break for more. Left arm, grab the thick piece of lapel, and then the forearm goes under the jaw. And then you're going to pull your right arm up like you're starting a lawnmower.
Yep.
Good. And he's tapping on your hip.
He's tapping already.
So if for some reason you missed this, you can go right to back to Bravo, right?
Yeah.
Right. Back to the
Okay.
Dars. Even.
I'm sorry, not Bravo, Dars.
Yeah.
So here, here,
Oh,
and you switch right to it. Cool.
Yep.
Straight to it. Actually, that's very good.
Don't let my arm out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's double attack.
Gonna add that combo.
You got double attack now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Does anyone have any questions or any moves that they were hoping we'd go over?
By Wednesday, my dummy will have a head.
Nice.
What do you put in a?
Are you going to do the noodle arms or did you already do that?
I did the noodle arms, so we're good there. But muñeco, a little like a stuffed bear.
Oh, yeah, good. Oh, you saw them close,
He's
right?
going to have the
I
head.
saw, yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in the hoodie.
Yeah.
That way it'll give it a head
Swooshy.
shape. So
Yeah,
That's
it's a good
good.
idea.
Yeah, as long as
If you want to make him his belly like strong like abs, put like no, for real, you kidding? You put the bear, right? But put like a magazine in the belly and wrap
Yeah.
it around with tape and make it strong. So when you do your knee on belly, your knee don't go down.
you can feel something, yeah.
this Bob is a good dummy. He just doesn't have legs and arms.
Yeah.
You got abs.
If you could find someone with an old Bob, you could probably repurpose it. You know?
Yeah.
That's a good guy.
Yeah. I know I put the gi on there and I'll practice the collar chokes because you can squeeze hard on, it's not a person. So, you know, you can really
Standard.
develop the squeeze that you need with like mercy, right?
No mercy.
Hi, please.
Yeah. Tony? What's up, man? How was work?
Yeah, work is work.
Yeah.
Yeah.